Oh, the song's over.
We are live, Ryan.
We're live.
We're live. Hey, everybody. This is Steve Kress. I am the grill department manager over at Wanamaker's in lovely, beautiful downtown Downers Grove, Illinois. And the man sitting next to me, as always, the chairman of the board, Barbecue, Blackstone, and Beer, Mr. Ryan Hoagland.
What's up, everybody? How are we doing? It is another episode of Thursday Night Barbecue Chat.
Yeah, mine finally came up on my Facebook page. Go figure that
I wasn't even prepared, but I got the new Samsung S24 Ultra, so I'm super excited about how fast it is compared to my old little garbage thing.
Well, good old Steve's just got the iPhone 13,
Hey, that's a big improvement from your last one, though. Just saying.
So Ryan, we're gonna start the show off today because we have a great guest today, but we're gonna start the show off today with an update from last week's show. As all of you may remember, if you followed last week's show, brought up Mike D. Good old Mike Davis. There he is. His place burned down. He doesn't have a job. Well, he has a job.
He has a job.
Come on. We're trying to play.
Sorry.
But anyway, so we posted it up last week. We had Michelle O'Gwin on here talking about Mike D and his situation, his all his tools and stuff and everything that he had that was in that place burned down. And as we were talking about it, we put that link up there to raise donations. And then Susie was gracious enough, Susie and Todd were gracious enough to offer a match of $1,000 for donations to that for people who watched Thursday Night Barbecue chat last week. Chat. I know.
What is going on with you tonight?
I'm nervous. I'm nervous. The guest tonight's barbecue royalty, so I'm kind of nervous on this one. So anyway, so I contacted Mike D today to get the final. I know he's already talking. I got to get up to where comments are. I'm not even in the comments. And he said that we had raised off of the show $925 in donations. I did pass that along to Todd Bullock today, and he was gracious enough. He did send later. He sent the full $1,000. So thank you to everybody who watched Thursday Night Barbecue Chat last week. We helped out Mike D. We basically raised for him about $1,900. So God bless. Thank you, everybody.
Yes.
And Mike D., I hope that helps a little bit. I know it's not going to help with all of it, but it's hopefully every little bit counts, as you know. And Mike D., you're a great guy. Love you, buddy.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought from just this little show? I mean, this world-renowned,
all over
show,
the stratosphere.
Yes.
Well, I can honestly tell you that the show doesn't have as many viewers as our guests today, but maybe one day when we grow up, we'll be in that situation. But for right now, we're just small cookies. But yeah, what an honor today, Ryan. Do you want to introduce our guest today? I'll let you introduce the guest.
Well, I know, Steve. I mean, I know you don't know how to barbecue right. So if you need to, you can go check out some videos. And with that, I know some people kind of get the clue, but the man himself, Mr. Malcom Reed.
What's up, guys? How's it going?
You're great.
Good.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. Good to be here.
Thanks for coming. I mean, this is an honor. Like when Steve told me, he messaged me like a couple weeks ago. I was like, I'm sorry. Like I was driving my car. I had to pull over and I had to call him. I'm like, is there like where we went to Hell's Barbecue for a barbecue love tour, and that's Keith Richards. It's not the Keith Richards, but it's another Keith Richards. So I had to pull over and I'm like, is it Malcom Reed or is it Malcom Reed?
No, it's Malcom Reed.
Yes.
It's amazing. It is. It does. Malcom, I am going to say it does seem funny for you to be on the screen with me and Ryan at the same time because you are kind of a big barbecue star. And being a big barbecue geek myself, it is always good to have you on the shows. I know I've had you on the show at Wanamaker's before. But it's always great to have you on the show, and it's always great to catch up on barbecue and stuff like that. So,
anyway. Good dude right there.
Absolutely. Well, it's good to be here.
Yeah,
we'll see if we get
a legend. Malcom has a great podcast also. Yes.
Yeah, we'll get into that because he's kind of gone full circle. So speaking of that, we'll take off of Keith's comment there. I mean, how to barbecue right is kind of. You had the videos, you got the YouTube channel, you got the Killer Hogs rubs, you got the Malcom rubs, you got the podcast, and you got a store. But how did it all go? How did it all begin?
Man, I started in competition barbecue, man, and it's kind of went from there. That's where my passion really got going for it. And I met my wife, and she got tired of me talking about barbecue all the time. My buddy said, "If you're gonna do this, you need to start a website." So she started up a website for me, a newsletter, and now we've got rubs and sauces, and we do a podcast, like you said, man. We do it all. And I don't think either one of us dreamed that would be our full-time jobs back when we first got going, but. A lot of hard work, and here we are, and I hope it goes on for a long time. It still feels like we're brand new to it. I'm learning a lot in the business world of things, so it's a lot different than just doing competitions all the time. So,
how long? How did you do the barbecue and the newsletter? So you did barbecue, and you would do the newsletter, but then when did you finally say, okay, I'm not going to do as much competition that I could do this all the time?
COVID pretty much put the brakes on competition. I mean, I was still doing a pretty good bit of them. I mean, I never was one of those guys that was going to cook 40 or 50 contests and run for team of the year or anything like that. I had a real job. I had to work, had to pay bills, and competition barbecue did not pay bills. I don't know if it does for anybody. You got to find something else to do, and you can spend a lot of money chasing that competition dream, chasing those checks and trophies. And so, I guess we had the foresight to see that, people were really getting into barbecue because people were subscribing to the newsletter and they were following us on YouTube and, interacting and commenting on everything. And we always had a lot of good interaction with just regular barbecue guys. And so we saw the need that I enjoyed cooking all the time, and I ran out of competition recipes to do. So we just started doing stuff that the everyday guy could do in his backyard. And I think that just kind of resonated. So it kind of built us up and gave us some credibility with people doing the recipes, and they actually turned out good when they recreated them. So I think that helped a lot. And, from there, it's just nonstop. Don't quit work. That has been our whole thing. Just be consistent, be steady, and always put out good content.
Yeah. I mean, we know you've done the contests and stuff like that, the little ones, the big ones, but we've got our viewer here, Mr. Keith, wants to know how many times you've won Memphis in May.
Oh, I've never won Memphis in May. I actually take that back. We won patio division in 2006, and then I've been on stage a bunch of times, but I've never took home that grand championship. So. And I don't know if I ever will. That's not part of my dream. Of course, I still like competition barbecue and everything, but I think I'm more of the everyday guy cooking in his backyard.
Yeah, that's the fun of it. When it becomes a job, it's no longer fun anymore. Yeah. Fighting for it tooth and nail. It's the barbecue's family and hanging out and seeing everybody.
Oh man, and that's what I enjoyed about competition barbecue. I really enjoyed that when we used to go to the competitions back in the day, and it was like a big family reunion. It was a big party. Everybody was having a good time. But now it's kind of gotten serious, and people have all got the big trailers and not coming out and hanging out, stuff like that. So I just I'd rather cook it more tailgate style.
Do you go and cook with other teams, or do you go to Memphis in May, or do you just go there as more of just as an ambassador or just a viewer?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't go this year. We did an ambassador event here for some of our people, but we did. I still go to a few of them here and there. I've judged some stuff too. I kind of I enjoy that side of it. But as far as the comps go, I hadn't done one. I guess it's Memphis in May last year. Or the year before last.
Wow.
We've hosted a few contests, and we did contests at the shop. We kind of got into that. We took we had a local contest here in Hernando in my town, and we took it over for a couple of years and built it up. And, so we still do some stuff like that, some organizing things.
So we have Keith coming back again, says, what's your favorite item to backyard cook?
Oh man, that's when people ask me my favorite item to barbecue, that's easy. It's a whole hog, but just to cook in the backyard, it's probably a good ribeye steak. No joke. I probably cook more ribeyes on a Weber grill than I do anything.
Yeah. See those.
But I'm a ribeye man too. So.
He mentioned. Oh Jesus, Keith
started
so early with the
not
griddle
even 10
battle.
minutes into the show.
Oh, Jesus.
Griddle battle.
Griddle battle. Hey, I can throw down
Ryan.
on the griddle now. I can throw down on the griddle, Ryan.
Well, if
Hold
you're
on.
Let Ryan,
No
Malcolm
shot.
Ryan will explain to you. He's got a whole spiel for the griddle battle. He sneaks it in here every week with this. Go ahead, Ryan.
you have to, right? I mean, you say you took over your shop and started. You got to promote it as much as you can, right?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
I mean, I started what is called the griddle battle. So it's essential a backyard barbecue competition, same as thought process, all on flat top cooking though.
Oh, I love it. I haven't seen that, man. Why not? It's genius. We've got all these other organizations.
Whoa, Ryan's a genius. Let's
black-
not get carried away with genius. I mean,
The
it's a good
flat
idea.
top. I mean, the flat top is a huge thing now. I mean, you see them everywhere. When you can go to Walmart and they've got 2 or 3 models, it's a big thing. Blackstone, I got you.
He's also
I'm part of the Blackstone Griddle crew, so
Yeah.
I do a lot of cooking. And I mean, you mentioned taking off everything from COVID. COVID is when I started my group, Barbecue Blackstone and Beer, and I mean it's taken off from that as well too. I mean you start cooking, you start a Facebook group, and it just takes off. And it I don't know how many followers It's All About the Barbecue has, but it's growing. So we've with the griddle battle, we've done a couple competitions. We did 2 competitions last year. We got one coming up in September this year. So it's a different world, and if it can take off, I'd love to do it full time. But it's got to get to that point before I can even consider it.
Yeah. Well, I think I own 3 different. I definitely have a Blackstone. I've got one of the Webers, and then I've got one of the small portable Blackstones. I probably use that one more than I use any of them, just because it's convenient, it's handy, you can take it with you.
Yep, throw it right in the back of the truck and go.
That's
Even
right.
in the back of your car, whatever you're looking for. But yeah, so I mean, we do a couple different categories. It's not where you're going to your KCBS competitions where it's your typical 4 meats. Like this is this year we're doing breakfast category, a copycat category, and then dessert.
Yeah.
So it just
No smash burger category?
we did that. The first one we ever did was down in Eureka, and we did a burger category. And I honestly don't think we had one smash burger in there.
Wow.
They were all pretty different, but they were interesting to see what people can. I was glad I wasn't competing in it, because some of the things that people came up with, I was like, whoa, I didn't even think about that. But it's up and coming. We can definitely talk more about that later, but I don't want to take over the whole show. It's not about me.
For once, he's declining to make it all about him. But anyway,
here, Steve.
Keith had a follow-up comment, though. He did say Malcolm's got a great wing recipe for the griddle. Tell us about that wing recipe. That sounds kind of interesting to me.
That was one I was just trying to come up with something totally different. And could you actually cook wings that were decent on the griddle? And yeah, absolutely you can, man. I mean, it's all about just cooking them to the right temperature. So all you need is a heat source. So what's the difference? So I didn't do anything crazy. I mean, I think I may have tossed them into mayonnaise or something, seasoned them up good, so they have that kind of an oil base. But other than that, I just cooked wings, and you just keep tossing, just keep burning and turning them, just like you do anything else until they get done. And then you can toss them in whatever sauce you wanted there at the end. But it's nothing really top secret or hard or anything.
Yeah, well,
because he's done it from all from the recipes. He's tried them.
Yeah, if anybody else has a comment, and I don't let Keith be the only one talking, because
don't let that fool you. I don't think it's the best wing. It's not the best wing I've ever made by any means, but you can do it.
But you can do it. It's just not the best.
It was a great wing recipe.
Yeah.
And then make sure you bring enough salt. That's a whole other story about a griddle battle. But
it's a griddle.
Eric Hester says he follows and uses a lot of Malcolm's recipe. And
Thank
then
you,
the
Eric.
one and only Michelle O'Gwynn.
Hey, there's my friend Michelle.
Yeah.
Hey, Michelle.
Michelle is amazing. No, that was last. Go ahead. Sorry.
She's a heck of a pit master right there.
Yeah, no, she says she fills in for Ryan when he decides that he needs to take a day off because he gets overstressed from the hard work of the show. So he makes me do the show by myself, and I have Michelle with me. Yeah. So
love your content on TikTok. My content or Malcolm's content? I didn't know whose content you were talking about, but
I don't know. Malcolm, are you on TikTok?
Yeah, we do a little on TikTok.
Yeah.
I try to hit all of them. Man.
Oh, I've been trying to do that lately. Geez, between trying to do the Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube, and Facebooks, and man, it's getting more and more. I mean, you pretty much, was it YouTube that you started with?
We started. Well, the newsletter actually started it, and then when YouTube came out, I mean, I was brand new to it. There wasn't really a whole lot of people in the barbecue industry making videos like that back when we started. And so I had a kind of early jump, and then we just recognized it as a good platform to be able to share video content, because you couldn't really email video content. It's so big back in the day. And so it was a great place to upload and share links if we were doing stuff with other people. And then we realized people were watching these videos. I mean, Rochelle was doing some work with some other company in that platform. And then, so she kind of had the idea to start the How to Barbecue Right channel on YouTube too. And and that's been one that we've been doing, man, I guess it's 2009-ish was when we started it. So, excuse me, I lost my earbud there. Lost my ears. You guys still with me?
Yeah, lost your ears.
I don't have a cord on these. But yeah, man, YouTube's it's a fun platform to do stuff on. But I think, as a business, you've got to be present on all of them. That's why we're on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're on TikTok. Of course, YouTube, and we cover it with our podcast. And so we've got a lot of irons in the fire.
Well, you're not doing too bad on YouTube.
These things in my ear. Yeah, we're not doing too bad. You're gonna have to bear with me, guys. These are my wife's earbuds. I can't find mine.
Yeah, you're only sitting at 1.73 million followers on YouTube.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I would have told you that, and Rochelle will probably back me up on this. I said there's no way 100,000 people would watch barbecue videos. And so you could see where it's went and grown. And I was like, man, so I'm just blown away by how many people will actually, I can't keep this thing in my ear, guys. I may just have to switch to computer audio and put these things up. They're driving me crazy.
Oh, we're enjoying it. Don't worry.
It just adds to the whole show, because the show usually got some kind of technical problem. At least it's on your end this time instead of ours.
That's right.
Yeah. I got my good buddy Robert Rose from the Rose's Backyard Barbecue.
What's up, Robert?
The man himself, Stone Cold Griller. Scott, how's it going? And then Ryan, he was definitely asking about your TikTok, not mine, but Malcolm's the GOAT.
Oh, yeah, we've actually got a few more people on TikTok, I think, than we do YouTube. It's crazy. I guess the young people like it.
Yeah. When do we see Stephen T. Crass on Snapchat? I don't know.
No, that's one I don't. That's one I don't do.
I've barely figured out Instagram, and I maybe Snapchat will be next year's project, but we'll see. Actually, I got more followers on TikTok than I got on any of the platforms. So I don't know what
we noticed it really quick that when people's attention span has changed since all the short form content came out, and TikTok's just the perfect platform for scrolling, just for constantly going. So when you only have a few seconds to catch somebody's attention on it, it's a challenge to do it. But a lot of people are watching short form content now. You see it translating to reels and to shorts on YouTube and stuff like that. So that's something that's really interesting when you pay attention to where the eyeballs are, and you see where people are spending their time.
Well, I can guarantee you that your earbud challenge will be on my TikTok.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, TikTok views.
You do have it. You're 1.8 million on TikTok.
Yeah, so you got more on TikTok, and then YouTube's been around longer. But you're probably right. It's the what made the
generation that wants to just flip through and go through the videos.
Before we get to Keith's comment, I want to ask, how doing the YouTube for so long, how did you keep the content? How do you come up with fresh content to keep? You've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah. Well, I have to keep a list going, and when I get an idea, I have to keep. I've got notes in my phone that are like recipes to do. We keep spreadsheets. She'll see something out there, and she'll jot it down and say, hey, you ever thought about cooking something like this? And it just gives me kind of a reference to come up with ideas. But there's so many things out there that I haven't cooked And
Mm-hmm.
I've always been one of these cookbook junkies where, if I was at my grandmother's house, I'd be looking through granny's cookbooks, or my mom had cookbooks. I'd be going through them. And I was just always a fan of the Food Network, these cooking shows. I know you guys probably remember some of them that were on TV, even some of them, on PBS. I'd watch those as a kid. I was just into cooking. And so it kind of gave me inspiration, and it helped. I think it helps me when I see something, like it might be something that somebody's cooked in the oven, or somebody's done a different approach to a recipe indoors. How could I take that and adapt it to cooking it on a grill or cooking it outside over live fire? And I just have fun with it.
Yeah, talking to shows, Ryan. I don't know if you remember. Mine was Julia Childs and Justin Wilson, the Cajun cook.
Oh, love Justin Wilson, man. His shows were great. That's classic.
I guarantee. Yeah.
That's probably way over Ryan's age group there.
Yeah.
You make me find some of those old
nod my head a little
dude.
bit.
Yeah. Oh man. You got to search those up, Ryan. Well, at least the Justin Wilson ones. That he was like one of the original down south Cajun cook. I mean, that was a whole different. I mean, that kind of opened up that whole style of cooking to people on TV.
He was legit Cajun cooking on TV. This was way before Emerald. This was a long time ago.
Yeah. Emerald, I know. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bam. Sorry.
We'll go back to.
That's right.
Go back.
I'm going to get back to Keith, but I was laughing and I had a grin ear to ear because Michelle said, "You don't want to see it on Snapchat."
Probably not.
Yeah. And then Keith popped up another question. So let's talk about his rubs. What was the first one he created, and where does he see his rubs going in the future?
Wow. The first one was the barbecue rub. That was the very first one that I started with, and we were me and my brother were cooking contests, and we were making our rub fresh because you got to get a leg up on everybody. And back then, it didn't seem like there was as many commercial rubs out there. I mean, I remember seeing butt rub in the stores, and I think one of the first ones that I was really buying was Plowboy's Yardbird rub. That was in my early competition days, and everybody had number 5. That was Flavorama number 5. That was one that was real big in the Memphis area. And we was like, man, we're not just going to use that straight out of the package. That's what everybody else is using. Let's make our own. And so we started creating the seasoning, and we started doing pretty good with it. So as we go to contests, people would ask us to make them a pound or two or something, And so we just started doing it, and it got to where it was busy enough to where I had to take it to a co-packer and figure out how to bottle it. And then we started. I didn't think I'd ever sell that first pallet of rub. I remember when it showed up at the house. I was like, there's no way. What am I going to do with all this? I just invested this, couple $1,000 or probably maybe more, a little more than that in that first pallet. And it looked like just this massive amount of rub. And man, we blew through that and hadn't looked back. So it's been pretty good. As far as where it's going, we're still developing new products and finding new wholesalers, the little mom and pop shops. And we've got pretty good distribution with some big box stores now, and we ship it worldwide. It's going to hopefully continue to grow.
It is one of the most popular ones on the shelf at the store. I do know that up until recently, because I expanded. It used to have 2 facings because it would sell so much, but now I just have to fill it because I had to expand a little bit, so I had to cut it back to 1 facing. But so now I just have to fill it more often. But yeah, no, it is definitely one of the more popular.
When Steve says the store, he means to visit Wanamaker's at 1940 Ogden Avenue, Downers Grove, Illinois, 60515.
I love that. Downtown Downers Grove. Yes.
Downers Grove, yes. All right.
Let's catch up on some comments, man. We got some comments rolling today, Ryan.
This is tonight. Yeah, let's see. We got Eric Cusser said, watch them all the time. Use your app. Seasoning definitely inspired me to get to cooking.
Good deal. Thanks, Eric.
Ryan said that's why YouTube created the YouTube Shorts to see how popular TikTok was.
Yep. I think everybody did. Yep.
Yeah. Scott came in and says, I assume you have a team that manages the social media. How did you start on YouTube? Did you figure that out yourself, or how to edit and publish?
Yeah, that was all. That was Rochelle and I. That was the team for a decade. We do have since I guess it was right during the start of COVID. We hired our social media director. But it was a local Tyler. He's on our podcast sometimes. He runs the board for us on there. But he's kind of our manager of the social media platforms now, because it is a challenge with trying to cover all the bases and put out content every single day on all the different platforms. I mean, it takes a team. And so we've slowly added. It just got to be too much for Rochelle to handle all of it. I mean, I can do the cooking part. I make that part easy, but the hard part is editing that video, getting it ready to publish, and then knowing, how to tag it on the platforms, where to upload it, and how to manage that channel and all that. That stuff's really above my pay grade. I don't do a lot of that technical side of things. I just get to cook a lot. So my part's the fun part. They get the hours that people don't see.
I know I'd asked you before, but how long does it take? I mean, obviously, yes, we see you cooking. We know obviously they're edited because it probably takes you more time than it shows on the videos. But how much time from you guys get all the raw footage to the time? How many hours goes into actually snipping and cutting and making it look as good as it does?
It really depends. Each recipe is different. I mean, just say a typical steak recipe, we probably get an hour's worth of footage on, just to cook something that's a hot and fast cook or something like that. But if you're talking a rib cook or a brisket cook or something where it's hours, we've captured a ton of footage, and I don't really know like the man hours it would take for post-production, but I guarantee you it's at least 2 to 1 on whatever we filmed. It's going to take twice as long to go in and fix, do all the sound editing, the visual editing, the cuts, and everything that goes with it. And then I sit down and write the recipe. But most of the time, I've already framed the recipe before I ever do the video because I got to have a guideline for myself. It's not like I'm just, winging it the whole time. And so I've already got the recipe kind of roughed out. And if I tweak it or if I think, it goes a different way and I use a different seasoning or something like that, I can always go back and fix the recipe pretty easy. But usually we used to film, like you'd film on a Monday or Tuesday and you'd turn around and have it edited and ready to publish for Thursday. But it got to be where we were producing so many pieces of content that we can't really turn it around that fast anymore. So now we do film weeks. Like I'll spend a week. This was a film week. I filmed every day this week. And I think we did 2 or 3 YouTube videos and probably 9 or 10 TikToks. And then I've done a podcast and I've done 3 radio shows and I'm sitting in with you guys. So that's been my week this week. It's been crazy. But so, and that's a ton of content. Well, those guys will have a month. That was like, that fills up our July content release schedule. And so they'll have some days to work on it, just depending on when we sit down, how we want it to flow out, what order we'll edit them in and get them ready. But, it's more than just picking up a camera, shooting something and putting it online. There's a thought process and a method behind it and a plan that we follow pretty close.
See,
I don't screw up.
I don't like to think about stuff. And that's why, I haven't really got into the editing and splicing and putting everything together. And that's, something I want to get into. It's just, it does take a lot of time to get into it. I do a lot more live cooks. Like I'm cooking, it's live and it's, hey, I gotta walk. I forgot something, we call it the walk of shame. And, you forget something and you're like, oh man, I'll be back. But yeah, it's a lot of work putting in and editing and splicing and putting other pictures in there. And it's
sure.
Now the AI though, I'll tell you what,
I like the live stuff too. I think that's really real cooking, right? In real time, where if you screw up, everybody sees it.
Right.
But a lot of the stuff we do, I want it to be, I always take it from an educational approach. I know it's, I want it to feel like, I'm hanging out with my buddies because that's the only way I know how to do it. It's kind of like you're in my backyard with me, but also I want it to be a resource that's going to stand the test of time. And so that's what I like about the YouTube platform is it really does a good job of archiving these videos where people want to find them. They can search for how to cook some ribs or, how to cook a brisket. And there's all these videos that have been there and you might go back and watch one that's 10 years old and it's still something that's helpful for you. So I like that approach of doing an edited, video that you can put up there.
Right. Yeah.
Well, all I can say is after hearing that schedule, tomorrow morning when I'm snipping the show for the half hour or so that I do it, I'm no longer going to complain that this is taking a lot of time because after hearing how many videos and stuff you just shot this week, I feel like I got it easy now.
I'm going to get caught.
It's not like that every week. It's not that. This was an.
Well, I know, but still, man, that's a lot of.
That's a hefty schedule.
That's a hefty schedule.
what do they say? You quit working, you go to work for yourself. You're working normal job, you're working 40 hours a week. I'm going to quit working. I'm going to start my own job, and I'm going to cook and YouTube and everything like that. And now I'm working 160 hours a week.
That's 100% true right there.
Yep.
And we're way harder now. It's like 24 hours around the clock. It doesn't stop.
What do you got, Ryan? You got more comments?
I was just going to get caught up here. It says great chefs of the world and the OG Iron Chef. We had that. Michelle says she loves the Yardbird. And we got RXTX. Why is it not coming up there?
There it is.
Says, what's up? Michelle says she uses four of Malcolm's products in her comps.
That's why she wins so much.
I know.
I don't even know. Because she just had the bitches of barbecue. I didn't see who the winner was.
I don't know. I didn't get to see who won the bitches of barbecue. Yeah. She didn't. I don't think she posted the winner. And either that or I didn't pay attention.
So we got my buddy Big Country, another Griddle crew member there. Keith again says Ryan is a modern day Ron Cohn.
And Ronco. Oh Jesus.
Yes. Country says love your videos. My little bit of reels I do definitely take time. Yes. It's a lot of work.
I'll confess. Here we go.
Let's not talk about the eggs. All right, just leave the eggs out of it.
Good old Phil's in. Hey, Phil.
Phil Rosa, how we doing there, sir? Welcome in. Scott's like, what is your absolute favorite thing to cook, and what is your absolute favorite thing someone else cooks that you love?
Oh man, my favorite thing is whole hog, just because it's such a big undertaking. I get to hang out with my buddies, and we're usually popping a few cool ones back, and you get to feed a lot of people when it's done. That's so the whole hog is kind of like the big undertaking for anybody. I feel like, and you can't call yourself a pit master if you can't cook a good whole hog. But favorite thing that somebody else cooks, man, I'm probably gonna have to go a good old crawfish boil on that. I love the mud bugs, man.
Nice.
I've never been to one. I really want to. That's on my bucket list for sure.
Oh man, you talk about a good time. And they're delicious.
Oh, there, Michelle's got the winner of the.
Daniel says he loves cooking whole hog here in North Carolina.
They do some good ones over that way. That's for certain.
So the winner was Sonia Henry from Birkenstock. So y'all didn't see it on the Ain't It the Life page.
I saw pictures of the event, but I didn't actually see who got to see who won. So,
and the best part about it is they raised over $5,000 for domestic violence victims. So that's
excellent. That was a good week all around. Oh yeah, Keith's got a kind of an interesting question. I'd be curious of that question myself.
How often does Malcolm get noticed out in the public?
Probably more than I really like. I still hadn't got used to that, but I'm very appreciative, man. I take the time to talk to anybody that wants to talk to me about barbecue, because that's really what I like to do, is cook and talk about barbecue. So if anybody takes time out of their day to watch the videos or try the recipes, it means a lot to me.
Oh yeah, that's the biggest appreciation that you can get, is somebody saying, I tried your recipe and it was amazing.
Yes.
I cooked it exactly how you did it. That's how I'll do it for the rest of my life, or something. I know it's not me. I know Steve can't even go out in public. I mean,
I was just always curious of that, because I know we live in the barbecue bubble, and I know Malcolm. I'm a big fan of Malcolm's, and obviously, like I said, being a barbecue geek, it's an honor to have him sitting here talking to us. But I'm just curious. I mean, Trisha's my girlfriend. She's not totally in the bubble. She's kind of half in, half out, because she just tries to make me happy to do the things I like to do. I said, oh yeah, Malcolm Reed's going to be on this week. All like excited. She's like, who's that? So it's like, she does, so she plays along. She goes, oh, that's great. But what does he do? And I got to explain, and I got to show all the pages. I don't know if it really gets her happy or not, but I mean, she makes, it makes me happy so that she enjoys it. But I was curious. I mean, that's good to see that there's other people that recognize you from outside the barbecue bubble. That's kind of neat.
Yeah.
So, and then Ryan, just so you know, the weeks that we didn't go live, I did have 3 or 4 people message to ask if we were going live, or why didn't we go live the night before. So we are noticed and missed. I mean, an economy of scale between us and Malcolm, but yes, I mean, it was 2 or 3 people as opposed to a couple hundred or so, but yeah.
I run my local community. We call it's our Yorkville area dads page. So I get noticed out here a little bit, but outside of this bubble, it ain't much. But Daniel came back on his whole hog out in North Carolina. I said, yes, vinegar based all day. And he said he would love to have a beer and talk barbecue with you.
Man, if you're ever in Hernando, stop by the shop.
There you go. There's your you got a personal invitation, Big Country. Go take it up.
Go take it up. It's real easy to find. There's even a sign that says that the exit. I mean, not to his house, but it says the town.
For Hernando.
Yeah, Hernando. This is It's a great county, and I told the story 1,000 times. It's the winningest county of barbecue in the country, with all the champions that are there. So
it's amazing how many people from DeSoto County, man, cook, world champions and excellent pit masters. That's part of why I got halfway decent, because when you go to these contests around, you're cooking against all these people, and everybody's top pit master. So if you can get your teeth kicked in, or you got to learn to cook. You're kind of forced.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of who's your of all the people that you cook around there, because I know I've seen you with a few of them doing cooks. Who's your favorite person to cook alongside?
Man, I can't pick one on that. There's too many good ones, but
Michelle O'Gwin.
Yeah, definitely.
Michelle O'Gwin.
The Shed's probably one of the funnest to be around. They always have a good time. So, and they're Mississippi team too. So there you go.
Yeah.
What is that? A Central Haircut? Yeah. That looks like a Brad special.
That's it. And they even got his signature on. Yeah.
I see.
They were on the show. They were on the show a couple weeks ago, about a month ago.
Oh, good deal. Yeah, man. Brad and Brooke and Mama Shed and Daddy O, man, that's a good bunch of people right there, man.
Yeah.
You got to remember flatbread though.
Yeah.
Flatbread.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be a show in August. Maybe we'll interview Flatbread.
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 She says you haven't cooked together yet.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she'll come.
Daniel Anderson
for next year.
Came back, said that's what I'm talking about, and he said you are welcome anytime in his man cave in North Carolina. And I'll tell you what, I've been there. I'm on the wall.
Oh, awesome!
Saying, I am on the wall. 2 years later, still there. Another story. Anyways,
I was going to say, because I have one of my favorite videos, and I can't remember if it's on yours. Yours is you and Heath Riles cooking ribs together. That's one of my favorites to watch.
Yeah, he's a good buddy of mine. He's a good guy. I've cooked with him a bunch.
Yeah, I thought for sure you were going to say Heath, but I understand barbecue politics.
Hey, it's like cooking with anybody's
feeling. I mean, you don't want to hurt anybody's feeling if you say that.
Does have some good looking ribs though. There, just saying. I grabbed a couple of these off the site.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna make me hungry.
Yeah. It does look good.
I mean, if you're really hungry.
No.
Yeah, there you go,
Ryan. You had to squeeze that. Besides the griddle battle, he shares that dang burger every week too.
Steve cooked with Sonny Lynn, and they did a smash burger, and to me a smash burger is all nice and super thin, and almost see through it. And here's Steve's burger. I mean, that don't look like a smash burger to me.
That's a beautiful burger.
Half-pound smashers, right? It is a beautiful burger. I wouldn't be mad at it.
That's a triple. Oh,
Ryan, he wouldn't be mad
triple off of
here. I wouldn't be mad at it.
Have you made this one yet, the Flying Dutchman?
No, I haven't, but I've seen it. I saw it all over TikTok, and it looks absolutely delicious. I love onion. I'm a big fan of onion. I like the Oklahoma onion burger.
Oh yeah,
you smash the meat into the onions on the flat. I mean, caramelized onions on a flat top. Man, they don't get any better now.
Oh yeah, that is the best. See, there's still he corrected himself and said on, but still on the wall. Oh, there you go. There's another question. It says, what's your favorite meal to cook on the Blackstone?
Oh, probably breakfast. We use
breakfast.
It more. I mean, we use it more for breakfast than we do anything, man. My Blackstone, my little one stays with me, so I've got one here at the house. But the bigger one's at camp. That's where we we're down there most of hunting season, so it's easy to get up and cook for a crowd on that thing, and you can do everything all at once. You're not messing up every pan in the kitchen, and you're outside too. So, pancakes, eggs, bacon, sausage, the whole hash brown scattered, smothered, and covered like the wahoo. I mean, the whole thing. But I like a good fried rice too, man. I'm a fried rice junkie too. So.
That's what I just had for dinner. Just had that for dinner tonight. Yeah. See, it's better on a black stone.
So we know now that we going back to Keith's kind of following Keith's along here at the the barbecue rub was your first rub. What was the brainchild behind the how to barbecue right Malcom line as opposed to the Killer Hogs?
Well, we were doing stuff in the barbecue, and I felt like I had some really good barbecue products, but I like to cook a little bit of everything. And so that was just a way for me to branch out and get out of the barbecue realm a little bit and make some seasonings and some of these other cuisines that I love. I mean, me and Shell, we usually take a vacation every winter and we go down to the Caribbean. I fell in love with jerk chicken, jerk fish, jerk tacos, anything with those flavors. I really liked them. So I kind of came up with that seasoning, and then love cooking Mexican food. So that's kind of where the Grande Gringo came from. And then, so the others just kind of fell in line, and I was just trying to do something different, man. There's a ton of great barbecue rubs out there, and I just didn't see the reason to to keep making. I mean, I've already got the best one, the barbecue rub, so I don't have to do too many more of those. so why not experiment in some other stuff? And so that's kind of where that went.
That's cool. And then you got your own line of. He's got if anybody hasn't gone and searched on his either online or his page or whatever and seen all the products, he does have Malcolm's got a huge, wide range of products on there. And one of the ones, Mark Williams, I believe it is the guys that does the order. Back then he took the orders. I just now learned that when you order wholesale, they have their own wholesale portal now for Killer Hogs products. And the Malcom
that's
line.
Brand new. Yeah,
that's brand new because
we're just testing it with a few of our wholesale. So if you got the invite, you're one of the good select ones that gets to help us.
It worked like a charm because I sent the order to Mark, and obviously in the polite Southern way, he says, "Well, we are doing this new link thing, and I say, awesome, let's try it." I did it, boom, boom, zang, zang, it's done, and it's great. I just feel bad that now he's left out of the equation a little bit, but that's all right.
Well, no, he still
busy.
Has to look at, he has to look at every one of them that comes through. So
he's so anyway, so one
really
time I was asking him, I said, okay, what kind of new products do you have that I don't have? I mean, I got the Killer Hogs. At that time I had a limited selection of the Malcom stuff before you came out with the next batch of it. And he said the pickles. So we did get into pickles. What is the basis behind the pickles, and what brought that into the line?
Man, pickles go with barbecue, and I'm a pickle junkie. I always have been. So that's kind of what got me to thinking. I got to, playing around with some recipes where they were not just your standard pickles. I wanted something that was more of a, homemade style. And so that's kind of where I went with them. And so I came out with one that was kind of really sweet, really spicy, kind of like a bread and butter pickle. And one of them's like a cowboy candy where it's got pickles and jalapenos in it. And then we decided to do a hot dill pickle. And then I've got a big dill pickle that's just like a classic dill. And then we did crawfish pickles. That was the one that's unique that I hadn't seen hardly. I don't know many of those out there on the market, a crawfish pickle. And we got that idea from putting pickles in our crawfish. When we boiled shrimp or crab or crawfish, we would, you throw vegetables in the pot to flavor the water. And we always put dill pickles in it just because it gave it a good flavor. And the pickles soaked up a lot of that crawfish flavor. And so that's kind of the essence of those pickles. So if you've never had crawfish, you can try those pickles and you'll get an idea of what the flavor, what the seasoning would actually taste like. So,
there you go.
And if you like pickles, you gotta like pickles.
Yeah, I like pickles. Yeah. No, it was kind of funny because every time I look at it, I think the Sweet Fire, that seems to be selling the fastest. And every time I make the comment to myself, like, wow, it looks like the Sweet Fire's really doing better. Because I think the other one I have is the garlic. And then someone comes in and buys 2 or 3 jars of the other one. So it's like,
what I like to do with the Sweet Fire is put it in a little food processor and turn it into a relish, and it makes it makes a really, really great for dogs or sausages, man. On a bun with that and some good grainy mustard, it is so good.
There you go, Ryan. You could put that on one of your burgers. You could come in and buy a jar of pickles and then just mix it up and put it on your burgers.
Yeah. I was, with that look on my face, Steve, I'm working here.
He's working. He's working the technical angle.
Yeah.
But
I was listening and getting more.
Listening and trying to find some new stuff. And then I don't know if many people know that you have it out there. I actually
I was behind. I just
that's the crawfish. Yeah,
that's the crawfish pickles. No, but I mean, he also has. I don't have it in the store anymore, but I got to order a new. It was a test to see which one would sell faster, and the regular one sold faster than the spicy. But you make sausage stuffing.
That's we making our own country sausage. That's been something that's been in my family for years, and we've always my great granddaddy had a smokehouse where they would slaughter hogs, and they'd always make their own sausages, do their own hams, things like that. And so my mom loves making sausage. So I was just taking her recipes and adapting them into something that we could market. And that's how I kind of came up with those. But it turns out they're not just great for making country style breakfast sausage. It makes a heck of a rub for pork butts. It's a different flavor. And you mix a little brown sugar with it, but man, it puts a crust on there that is phenomenal. If you've never tried sausage seasoning on a pork butt, I highly recommend it.
I was looking through pictures and I was getting the crawfish pictures. Then I seen Steve's pickles on there. Sissy pickles.
Jesus Christ.
Those are like classic bread and butter, really sweet. The crispy, sweet pickles. I'll take credit for coming up with that name. Those people were complaining about our other pickles were being too hot. So I said, all right, let's try this sissy pickle. See how you like it.
It's rare, right? It's rare that you zinger me, but you got me on that. I don't even have anything to come back with on that one. It's rare. Wow. I don't even know what. Now I lost my whole train of thought. That was so funny. Jeez, Louise is right.
Ryan, you're quick with finding these images and throwing them up, man. I'm pretty impressed.
I try my best, and I don't even have a mouse. I'm using the stupid square pad on my laptop. It's terrible.
Yeah. What is? Oh, Michelle says she plans to co-host the next show.
Oh, why am I getting kicked off?
Well, after that comment, you might be getting replaced, but Michelle's not as quick on the technology side. I think her and I kind of struggle on the technology side when we're on the same show. Not a lot of pictures go up when she's on the show.
I can go back here and I can put this logo up here in the corner on the recorder, and that one there. I still own the rights to that, so just saying.
All right. So anyway, we're talking about the sauce, but I forgot. See, now you made me forget. I had a whole line of questions of where to go, and now you made me totally forget what was going on.
Talking about the sausage.
Yeah. How to make the sausage.
How to make the sausage. I lost it. I know what I was going to ask you. I know Thanksgiving's a long time away. Are you for brining or not brining?
Oh yeah, I love brine turkey, man. I think it's the best way to get flavor in it. And really, I mean, if you've got time, you ever brined a pork butt or pork loin? They're awesome. It takes on so much flavor. So if you've got time to do it, I'm pro. I've got a product that's a bird brine product that we use. It's nothing really top secret. It's just salt, sugar, and herbs and spices. That's all a brine is. You mix it with water, or, some other kind of juice that you like, but it's just getting more flavor inside something over a period of time. So if I've got 48 hours, I'm gonna have my turkey soaking.
Yeah, I was just curious because I know you came out with the bird brine. I think it was last fall. One of our other guests that was on earlier on, he came out with brining products, and he says he's not truly 100% behind brining, but obviously if he had so many people asking him for brines and this and that he ended up doing it. He prefers injecting. And I was just curious if you were in that same boat that you were just getting in the brining game, because that's what people were asking you to come out with a brine. But
man, that product's been out. Shoot, I bet 4 or 5 years now. You may have just found it last year, but it's been out a while.
Oh, has it? Yeah. I don't know why I didn't see it the year before, but I remember. Well, has it always been in the round container, or was it in bags before?
No, it's always been in the same container. Yeah.
No, see, that just goes to show
that container
you can't always know everything.
It's been on the market a while.
And what was new? Was the meat bags new? Meat bags new?
now we've had the meat bags a while too. I'm trying to think. New last year was the Euro Hero, the Italian
Stallion.
Those were the two new products we rolled out.
We got those.
And before that, it was probably the grill cleaner, but the grill cleaner's been out for 3 or 4 years now.
That's
too.
been out for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I never saw the bird brine. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe you promoted it.
Now, we never really pushed it to our wholesalers because it is kind of a seasonal product.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most people, I've got people using it in comps now, so it's kind of took off real secretly. People aren't really telling people they're using it. But when you got time to soak that chicken in it, it does something magical to it. But, you know, we sell a ton of it around the holidays and usually we bring it in and late August, early September, and it usually sells out by Thanksgiving. And usually we don't, sometimes there for the first couple of years, we didn't reorder it. It was just a one-time-a-year thing.
Right.
It was gone. But now the people have asked for it so much that we've been, just keeping it in stock year-round. And it's one of those that a lot of people don't know about.
Yeah, I know we still have it on. We still have a couple bottles left on the shelf from that time, but the bags are gone. I only try and carry those brining bags around the holiday season, but the bags flew out. Those I'm going to have to make sure I order more for this Thanksgiving. But
a lot of the comp guys like to use those because you can prep your stuff at home, get it all in one big bag, drop it down the cooler, and it's good to go. That's what it just makes it easy, and it's hard to find. The reason why I come up with those was because I used to use those big XL Ziplocs, and you just can't find them. I don't know if they don't make them anymore. The stores quit stocking them, but I was having trouble finding those. That's what I always put my brisket and my ribs and my pork butts in when I would pre-trim them, to take them to a comp, and it just made cleanup easier.
Well, I guess so. I know what I'm getting on my next order. I'm going to have to get some of those meat bags because that does make sense. Lots of sense. Ryan, what are you doing there? You're looking zoned out. What are we?
No, I'm
waiting to see. I'm excited. There it is.
Up here, the meat bags, everyone knows what they look like.
Good.
We already bypassed the Euro Hero. I just had that up there, but we went on to the meat bags already, so I couldn't keep anything.
Well,
no, I can't keep up fast. Dang it.
Yeah.
I need my mouth. This little keypad, and I'm getting a new computer. Dang.
Need to get you a mouse. But I did bring in the Euro Hero because I don't have anything on the wall that is specifically for Euros. Yeah. So anyway, and then I got.
You might as well get some of these too while you're at it.
I'm not getting the sissy pickles. I thought about the crawfish ones. I just don't know how. I don't know what the crawfish market is up here in the Chicago area for.
Yeah, I don't. You probably don't sell a lot of crawfish up that way, but.
Yeah, because I don't sell a lot of. I don't do a lot of the king craw. I don't sell a lot of. I don't sell, so that's why I kind of am hesitant on the pickles. It goes in spurts, but.
Well, I mean, it's unless you're doing crawfish by the name, you're probably gonna steer a little away from it,
I got a question. I do have a question for you, Malcolm. Did you do a recipe recently with your vinegar sauce, or did somebody else?
I don't remember one specifically with it. I did one recently with my version of a Bishop's 3-2-1 sauce, and it's kind of it's an Alabama or a Carolina style mop where it's heavy vinegar with salt, cayenne pepper, a little lemon juice to balance it out. That's pretty much all it is. But it's great just for mopping on, pork as you're cooking it. But I like squeezing it over my pulled pork sandwich just to get that spicy kick.
Did you use your vinegar sauce in that recipe?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
No, I can't. I mean, I'm just trying to think of one. If it was something that came out this month, I probably filmed it back in May. So
yeah, right. No, I'm just. It's just always fun as a retailer. I don't know what it was, and I couldn't get the person. Finally, after like the 20th person who was taking the last bottle, I said, "Okay, did Malcom do a video?" And she couldn't remember where she saw the video, so I just assumed it was you. But obviously up here, vinegar does not go very fast. But then all of a sudden, it was, every single day somebody's coming in and getting vinegar, or they're getting 2 vinegars, or they're getting this, and I had to go back. And finally, I sold out. The lady was taking the last one. Another customer came in, and it was all gone. I said, well, I don't know. I said, somebody posted a video. Nobody can tell me whose video it was. I assumed it was yours. So I said, the only other one I have is Heath's. So you sold out all of Heath, or whoever the video was, sold out all of your vinegar sauce and Heath sauce. I said, well, I said they're buddies. I said that vinegar sauce. I mean, no one's gonna, if you don't have the right one, no one up here is gonna know the difference anyway. So, I was just curious, but you do. You guys do productions, and it's kind of interesting to watch sales, how popular they are, and which rubs kind of go, because sometimes the odd ones will start moving, and it's sure enough you'll go back and look, and you had just done a video content on it. Well, released video content.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
I usually have to let people know when we're gonna. That was one thing we wanted to do with our new wholesale portal. Was it's an easy way to get you guys information on when I'm going to be putting out certain videos, so you can have a warning to where you can stock up, because it's crazy how product does move. Once a video drops, it's going to wipe the shelves out. So we see it all the time.
Yeah.
Give me a
It's
little.
a good thing, though. It's a good thing. Creates demand.
No, it's a good thing to have. But I mean, if that portal will allow that to happen and say, okay, this is what's projected, so that you can order accordingly, that would be fantastic. Because if I would have known, obviously, as we know now, it wasn't your video that. So you could say thank you to whoever.
Steve, we could test that with the crawfish pickle, so I can do a recipe.
I was just going to say, we throw out right now.
They'll sell in Chicago area.
Everybody
now
is one of the Wanamaker's.
But man, if I would have known that vinegar, I would have put I ordered 2 cases this time just to make sure that I had extra, just in case that it kept going. It would have been neat to have someone. I mean, man, I bet you I could have sold 3 or 4 cases of that stuff, just because I don't know who did it, but it moved. Whatever it did, they liked your vinegar sauce, because it moved a lot of your vinegar sauce.
Well, I'm glad you said that you're doing that on the portal, because I mean, that's kind of. I was just thinking that'd be kind of neat to go, hey, this is the next video that's about to come out next month, or this is the next 4 or 5 that are going to come out.
That's how we envision it working. It's just gonna be a better tool for us to talk to the people that are supporting us buying the products. I mean, so anytime you can do that and have better communication, it's gonna help us all.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. Especially in the snips. Michelle says it's a great idea. Then it's definitely a great idea.
Yeah. I don't know. She's going back to the co-hosting. She says you don't give me that level of access. I don't know. Is that to the
to do all the technical stuff? Well,
it's there.
She just doesn't have to be. She has to be trained on that. She might be doing it on her cell phone, which is harder to do on your cell phone than it is to do it on the computer part of it.
My good buddy Terry White stopping in says, "Good evening, guys. Just finished cutting the grass. We'll watch the replay." That's cool.
It's always good. It's always good on replay. Yeah. So, what do you get? Well, I see you get the zero sugar sauce came out. What's anything else new exciting down the thing that we can
I don't have anything right in the immediate works right now. We did a white barbecue sauce as well, and it's doing pretty well. The manufacturer that makes it for me it's on a smaller scale, so the amount they can make is kind of limited. So that one usually goes pretty fast between batches. It takes us a little bit of time to get it back in stock, but it's been doing pretty well. But as far as new product development, I haven't worked on just a whole lot lately, because I just haven't had time. But I wanted to get into the wing stuff, so that was one thing that I've had on the back burner, doing some various wing seasons. I'm a big wing junkie anyway. That's one of my favorite things to eat is chicken wings. So. But there's nothing better than hot wings and a cold beer watching a ball game. So I may dabble in that a little bit, see if I can come up with some good products. We've been working with some people down in Florida, actually doing some pre-season, pre-marinated meat and things like that. So we may be rolling out some of that stuff in supermarkets and some of that. There may be some chances for online retail with some of that stuff too.
Yeah, I'd like to come down there and have a wing eating competition, because man.
Yeah, man. Hey, I've never done a wing eating contest.
I don't know, but man, I'd
20 of them.
I'd sit there and
I'd knock a 20-piece out.
Wings. Yeah, I'd sit there and have wings.
My buddy that passed away, we used to go to Hooters, and we lived right across the street. My car was so broke down that the speedometer, it wouldn't kick in unless I went over 20 miles an hour. So it'd sit on 0. So from our apartment to Hooters, I wouldn't put any miles on my car. So it was great. Yeah. But we used to go in, the two of us, and like they knew us there. They'd order our 50-piece would just come and sit down between the two of us. And we would go to town. But I mean, since we're getting on wings, I know we're coming up towards the end of our hour here. But wings or flats or drums?
Oh, flats is where it's at, man. I'm a flat man.
Yeah.
But I really like the whole wings. Though, if I have the chance, I'm gonna get the whole wing, best of both worlds, and that's usually how I cook them at home. If I'm out, I'm ordering party wings and flats. But if I'm cooking them at home, I'm doing the whole wing.
Yeah, that's how
I think they stay juicier. They're not cut, so you're not. It's a juicier wing to me.
Yeah, you can peel.
I'm a flat guy.
Yeah,
you don't peel them. You got to take
bust
the
but if you have the whole, wing. Yeah, if you have
umbrella, pull one bone out, push it down, take it off in one bite, bones clean.
That's it is.
I'm a blue cheese man.
You got to take that little split, split there, and pull that one wing out.
Pull a little part of the cheese out. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yes.
I want to go get some wings.
You should. It'll be a good time, bro.
All right, Ryan. What do you think, buddy? You think we've tortured him enough?
On our hour. I don't know if Malcolm's probably, I don't know. He's probably going to cancel the rest of his shows this week because there's no.
No, this is it, man. I'm done for the week, and I'm going.
Oh, perfect.
I'm going to start planning out my 4th of July cooking next week, and just lay back this weekend and relax and get ready for the holidays.
That's a good holiday. Speaking of the holidays, there will not be a show next week, Ryan, because it is the 4th of July. We are taking.
Hey, we are too. I'm
Yeah.
glad you mentioned that because we're it's scheduled us to be off next week too, so we won't have a podcast either.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice little break.
Yeah, we didn't even get into the podcasts and the store and all that other stuff. So
we'll have to do this again, guys.
We'll have to have you on again.
That's part 2, Steve. We got part 2 later on.
I hate to tell you, but part 2 maybe me and Malcolm and you, but I'm going to be down there with Malcolm eating wings while I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
We could definitely do that. We could
now that I know he's a wing junkie, I'm in.
Wing crawl.
Oh,
we can set that up.
Yeah. Get John David Wheeler and
we're gonna get a bunch of these on there. Right?
We get Heath to go with us. We can get a good little group and go around and try some different wings and beer.
See, I might, if that happens and if that's a possibility, I'm gonna have to just tell the wife. Like, I'm not even gonna. I'll just ask for forgiveness and permission.
I think Heath has a new van. He can get somebody to haul us around in it. We've already got some transportation. We just got to put the bug in his ear.
You're gonna put something on the side like the old van back in the day said free candy. It'll just say free wings.
Wings, the wing crawl.
Free wings.
Oh yeah.
Well, I hate to tell you, Ryan, if that's going to happen, that's when you just say, "Honey, I'm going to work," and then you call her. Yeah, you call her like midday and say that, I have to take a trip to Memphis. We're halfway there already. There's something wrong at the bank. Yeah,
because we're not a national bank, but okay.
We got to eat wings.
Yeah. So,
well, Malcolm, thanks for coming on the show again. Always great catching up and talking to you. So,
man, absolutely, guys. It's been fun. Let's do it again for real. No joke. Yeah. If we can set something up like that down this way, I'm in. So let's do it again.
Yeah.
All right, sir.
Definitely. Appreciate everybody watching out there, man. Thank y'all for all the positive words and everything. And I'm gonna keep putting out videos. Y'all keep watching.
Yep. All right, Malcolm. You have a good night.
Take it easy.
Have a good night. And have a happy 4th of July too.
Yeah, happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.
Take care. All right.
Man. Wow, awesome.
Another great show. Now we got to go watch another great show on the TV.
You were nervous, weren't you?
I was a little nervous. You see me fumbling in the beginning. I mean, we don't get.
I'm always nervous when Malcolm's on.
Yeah.
I get nervous when Malcolm's on. I told you because I'm just.
Gwynn versus Malcolm Wing off. Wings and blue cheese. Yes. I'm a blue cheese guy. I'm not a ranch guy.
Michelle, as far as cooking them or eating them, because I'm more for the challenge of eating. I really want to.
I'm down for eating, but guys, it is. We are been on for an hour and 4 minutes. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Like Steve said, we will not have a show next week, so we'll see you in 2 weeks. But we got a debate.
No, maybe not. Well, we'll see in 2 weeks because 2 weeks I may be down at the. Anyway, we might have a show in 2 weeks. I might be down at the Windy City Smokeout. Ryan, you may be there too. I'm doing the best I can, but anyway, you may just want to take that day off.
Yeah. So yes,
just in case.
cooking them for you to eat. Perfect.
Ooh, that would be. Well, I don't know if Malcolm would go for just cooking them and watching me eating them, but
I'm down. He can join with us later. But all right, guys, shop small, shop local. Be kind, be patient.
have a
We'll
good and
see
safe.
you.
Have a good and safe 4th of July, and
Yes.
yeah, don't blow your hands off or anything with fireworks. It doesn't work because I'm not on my.
Oh, I
I'm
should
not
have
on my.
tested it on my new phone.
I'm not on my iPhone. I should have switched at some point. I should have done that today. We could have done 4th of July fireworks because I'm the only one that it works with. So.
Oh well.
All right. Brian's got to go.
All right.
Brian's got to watch an important show.
Yes. Go debate. Hopefully. See you guys later.